Welcome brothers my sisters. 2020 U.S. presidential election, Joe Biden is an official candidate for the Democrats who promised to end Donald Trump's mess. Joe Biden was officially declared a candidate for the Democratic Party for the 2020 U.S. presidential elections during the party's convention on Tuesday evening to announce its candidate, supported by former senior officials in the United States. Two former presidents of the United States appeared, they are Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter, to support Biden as a candidate for the Democratic Party, and former U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell, from the Republican Party, came to support Biden against Trump. Bill Clinton said U.S. President Donald Trump has brought chaos into the Oval Office. Advertising. Biden is ahead of Trump in opinion polls about the upcoming presidential election, which is scheduled to take place on November 3. The meeting of the Democratic Party was held mostly online, due to the outbreak of the coronavirus. Next week's GOP convention is also set to be held mostly via the Internet. Null topics that may interest you. Bill Clinton gave the keynote address for the second night of the Democratic Convention Tuesday titled, Leadership Matters. Mr. Trump says we lead the world. While we are the only major industrial economy around the world in which unemployment has tripled, Clinton said. At a time like this, the Oval Office should be a command center, rather than a storm center. There is now nothing but chaos, he added. Biden has the same values that I learned in the South Bronx and during military service, Colin Powell said. The general, whose shoulders were decorated with 4 stars during his military service, added that he supported Biden as a candidate for the Democratic Party because he wanted the White House to restore these values. Powell, who served as Secretary of State in the administration of former U.S. President George W. Bush and has been seen at several Republican Party conferences in the past few years, described U.S. President Donald Trump as a liar, declaring his support for Biden. Thus, Powell joins many members of the Republican Party who declared their support for Biden, including the former governor of Ohio John Kasich, who announced his support on the second night of the Democratic Party convention. It also declared its support for Senator Sanders as the party's candidate for the U.S. presidency. Despite this, Alexandria wrote a tweet on her Twitter account, "Congratulations, let's win in November." U.S. President Donald Trump still portrays Biden as a puppet of the hard left. Last Tuesday, Trump appeared on the latest stage of his week-long campaign in Arizona, where the Republican and Democratic candidates are fiercely contested. Most opinion polls indicate Biden is ahead of Trump, despite the current U.S. president narrowing the gap between him and his rival in the past few weeks. The Democratic Party's conference, which will be held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, will continue on Wednesday and Thursday, including speeches that will be made by Kamala Harris, U.S. vice presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, former Democratic candidate for the U.S. presidency in 2016 Hillary Clinton, and former U.S. President Barack Obama. The caucuses end with Joe Biden's acceptance speech. See you later.